welcome to our legislative report. I'm Mindy Fee, state representative from the 37th District. So I welcome you today. We're here at the 98th Pennsylvania Farm Show. We get to go around and meet a lot of our different constituents, some showing animals. We get to see some of our local businesses. So come along, we're going to have a great time today. Hi, we're here with Megan Culp, who you're a Mannheim Central graduate. Right?
Yes. Yep.
And when you were at Mannheim, Megan, tell me, were you involved with FFA, the Future Farmers of America?
Yes, I was.
And can you give me a little bit about that experience?
I was in FFA from 9th grade to 11th grade, and I showed Tiara through FFA, so she was an FFA, my FFA project one year.
Oh, that's great. And this is Tiara, right?
Yep, this
so
is Tiara.
Tell me a little bit about Tiara. Tiara's how old?
She's 7 years old. She'll be 8 in March.
And you had her from a little baby, right?
Yep, I've been showing her all her life.
And you had her mother, right?
Yeah.
But you gave me a little history on her grandmother, and can you tell our constituents out there a little bit about the history of Tiara?
Tippy is her grandma, which is a really well-known show cow, and her mom wasn't the best, but we got Tiara out of her, so I'm very happy.
That's good. And you're about ready to go on today and show Tiara here at the farm show, correct?
Yes.
And give us a little history on Tiara. Have you shown her before, and what kind of awards, if any, did she win?
Yep, I showed Tiara here last year, and she got runner-up for Supreme. So hopefully this year we'll do well again.
And Supreme's the top of the group, right?
Yep. Yes.
Well, hopefully Tiara will do well. So tell me about your experience here at the farm show. Have you have shown here before, obviously, and after spending the week here, what do you think about it?
I think it's fun. I like watching the people's reactions to cows and how they think, like what they think about them and whatnot.
So a lot of people come that aren't familiar with farms, and do you take the time and let them pet her and explain and show what's going on in our farms?
Yep. They ask questions, so they come up to you most of the time. So all you have to do is answer them, which half the time are pretty easy, so it's not that bad.
Well, that's great, Megan. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to be with us, and I wish you the best of luck. You go on at 11 today, so good luck.
Thank you.
So we're here at the 98th Pennsylvania Farm Show, and we have Secretary Greg joining us today. Thank you, Secretary Greg, for taking a moment for us.
Welcome to the 98th Farm Show.
So what sets this farm show apart from all the others in the nation?
Well, this expo hall here, Ag Expo Hall, is the largest Ag Expo Hall in the nation. And Pennsylvania is very diverse in agriculture. And this show portrays all of the diversity of Pennsylvania agriculture. We celebrate the history and the heritage of Pennsylvania agriculture. This year's theme is Pennsylvania Farms, Growing for You. And we are also commemorating the butter sculptures here, half ton of butter formed into commemorating the 60th anniversary of the Pennsylvania Farm Show milkshake.
Well, you got to come out to Mannheim to visit our our farm show, and I know they're very important. As we worked on the budget this season, we went through and we wanted to make sure our fairs and our farm shows were taken care of, and that was done. Why do you think that's so important?
Well, it's very important to the community because each community, each county is different, and it showcases the ag products in your county or your community. And also, that's a forerunner to the farm show. So all the winners at the different fairs come to the farm show, and then they compete here for the top honors of the state. But it's also a very good educational tool for us. We're 4 and 5 generations, maybe not so much down in Lancaster County, but in some areas we're 4 and 5 generations off the farm. So when we get people from all walks of life here at the farm show, here at the fairs, then it's a good teaching opportunity for us, and it shows the people how we treat our animals. It teaches them where their food comes from, and
That's right, not just from the grocery
reconnects
store,
them.
right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and we have a lot of the animals here today, and all our pets at home. We need our veterinarians to take care of them, and I know that was another place in the budget that we wanted to make sure was funded, and for ag research. Can you go into a little bit of detail for that?
Yes, I can. Our state veterinarians are always on the lookout for diseases and potential diseases that could cross over to humans. It's called zoonotics, and so we constantly are on the lookout for that. As far as private veterinarians, there's a shortage of large animal vets. A lot of veterinaries now, they can make a pretty good living off of dogs and cats and small animals. So, but the ag industry needs our large animal vets. So we constantly need some money infused in that to keep our large animal vets coming and to keep them involved in agriculture in Pennsylvania.
There's some new laws on the book regarding to land preservation that we passed, and let me hear your thoughts on those.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'll tell you that Pennsylvania leads the nation in farmland preservation. Lancaster County went over 100,000 acres.
We sure did with the Lefevre Farm in Penn Township. It was in my district, so I was tickled.
I was down to the celebration that they had down there, but statewide, we have 480,000 acres preserved, and the important part of that is we're using the food that's being produced off of 7.75 million acres to feed our population now. So 500,000 acres, which we hope to accomplish early next year, isn't anywhere near what we need to feed the citizens of Pennsylvania. But it keeps it in the forefront, and it keeps it in everybody's mind that we need to preserve our farmland. The bill that was passed that you talked about earlier, it moved the inspection from the county inspection from 1 year to 2 years, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but I know that in a lot of counties they are saving about $35,000 to $40,000, which frees up more money for the conservation district or whoever runs a preservation program in that county, and it provides more money or makes more money available for preserving farmland.
Well, and one thing you touched on there was the amount of food that we need to produce, and I was so appreciative. I had a farmer's breakfast this year in my district, and you were kind enough to come and speak, but you had made reference to Germany, and that they were here to talk to you a little bit and talk about food supply. Can you just tell the audience a little bit about what you said with them?
Yes, I can. We have 62,000 farm families in Pennsylvania. We're providing the food for 12.5, 13 million people in Pennsylvania, whatever the population in Pennsylvania is. So that's very important. And in the recent past, I've met with, as I shared with you at your meeting, that we met with several different countries who have lost the ability or are close to losing the ability to feed themselves. And we don't want to do that in Pennsylvania. We don't want that in the United States.
Right.
And they are looking at what we're doing to try to see how they can supplement their food supply. And I think that it is, our work ethic and our connection with Penn State University, University of Pennsylvania, that our training of our youth that has kept us, in line with that. Also, I'll say a little bit up. We're at the farm show, and at the farm show we have the FFA Midwinter Convention, and I know that some of the FFA students from Lancaster got some Keystone Degree Awards.
Absolutely.
We gave out, I think it was 351 Keystone degrees, which is the highest honor that they can get in Pennsylvania. And we're very proud to say that we had 6,000 FFA students here at the farm show on Monday night. So.
Well, and from our community, Lancaster County, of course, leads the charge in farms, and those kids are so involved. They are so impressive. And, one of the other things I liked is that they came to the breakfast, and, my farmers directly could ask you questions one-on-one. I always say communication is so important as we move forward and all work together.
It's very important to have those type of meetings because, you have done a lot in the legislature as far as agriculture, to help out agriculture. One was an inheritance tax. Elimination of the inheritance tax on family farms is big for agriculture in Pennsylvania. As I mentioned, we have 62,000 farms, and those farms are sooner or later going to have to transition to the next generation. And eliminating the inheritance tax has been a great help to transitioning those farms to the next generation.
I know we have a lot of farmers markets in our area, and I know buying local is so important, not only for our local economy, but for people to eat healthy and take care of themselves. Tell me a little bit about the Farmers Market Nutrition Program.
Okay, Farmers Market Nutrition Program is we give out coupons to lower income people. We also have a senior program where we give out coupons to seniors, and they can redeem those at our farmers markets for fresh fruits and vegetables. It's been a very good program, and it gets more of a healthy diet to the citizens of Pennsylvania and the people who need it most.
We can all stand a little bit healthier, although it is the 50th anniversary of the milkshake this year here.
60th, yes.
60th. Yeah, I might have to have one of those.
The real story behind that, behind the milkshakes is we have 3 young ladies over there serving milkshakes who have been here all 60 years.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I saw them on the local news. So
Okay.
Can you just give us a heads up? I know we have about 45 seconds left of what's coming up in front of us and what you see happening in the ag community.
I think that there's a new awareness of agriculture. I think that, if we can provide a good living for our farmers, that the young people will enter the farm industry, ag industry. And I think we're just going to keep on with our education and our training, and we have the work ethic, we have the history and the heritage of agriculture here in Pennsylvania that we need to feed our state, our nation, and the world.
That's right. Well, I thank you very much, and I know Lancaster County thanks you very much for being the secretary.
Thank you for all you do for agriculture.
Did you know? Not all the butter at the 2014 Farm Show is at the baked potato booth. A half ton of it is shaped into an artistic display of dancing cows and a milkshake stand. Actually, the butter sculpture, as it is known, is as popular a farm show tradition as any item in the food court. This year's theme was a celebration of the Farm Show milkshake, served up for the past 60 years by the Pennsylvania Dairymen's Association. To create it, the sculptors, Jim Victor and his wife Marie Pelton, spent 11 8-hour days in a special refrigerated booth, molding butter onto wire forms.
Well, it's cold. That's one thing. It's slippery.
Just trying to illustrate, in three-dimensional form, the idea of milkshakes, and what that might look like.
To say Pennsylvania plays a big part in the U.S. dairy industry is an understatement. The Commonwealth ranks 7th in cheese production, 5th in milk production, and 3rd in low-fat ice cream. And butter? Well, Pennsylvania produces the 6th largest amount of that creamy delight. And while 1,000 pounds would be enough to butter 32,000 baked potatoes, the sculpture's butter will be put to different use, converted by a digester to 65 kilowatt hours of electricity to help power a Juniata County dairy farm.
There's a lot of BTUs in butter.
Now you know.
Hi, we're here with Clay Golden with MGS Trailers. Thank you for taking a few minutes for us at the Pennsylvania Farm Show.
Oh, thank you for stopping by. We're very pleased to help you out.
Sure. So you are a small business located in Denver in the 37th district. So I am so proud that you're here. Tell us a little bit about the history of the MGS Trailers.
Well, we've been in business for 51 years now. We have approximately 165 people currently on staff. We like to build, innovate, and design any transportation that our customer requires. Just whatever they need us to build, that's what we look at and work around them.
So as you're here at the farm show, you're hitting all kinds of targets, not just the farming community, but I assume that you work with those folks. And what other kind of consumers do you reach for?
Any homeowner, any person that does any yard work on the weekends, construction companies, some of these bigger guys that are actually showing here will stop by and ask us about trailers also.
Okay, and we'll take a minute then to look at what's in your booth, but I know this is the retail end of things.
Yes.
Tell me about the other side of business.
Well, we have a power products division, and that division handles any standby power generation. You'll see a generator outside of a hospital.
Okay.
The tanks that are up underneath that, we will build the tanks. Trailers, if it's a mobile application. We have a public utilities division, and they sell product from coast to coast, even into Canada. And it is for the electric companies, gas pipeline companies, gas reels to pole haulers, anything that they need, the electrical poles and different things. So,
has there any section of the business grown more than the others in the past couple of years?
We are in a growing environment right now. We seem to be growing a lot. We've got a lot of new customers. Two other divisions that we have is OEM division, which is, and it is original equipment manufacturers. And we build multiple items. Say a customer wants 20 of the same item. We build that, we send it to them, and they put their own equipment on it. And they turn around and put it out in the marketplace under their name.
Okay.
And then we have the military division, which is growing very well.
And what's all that entail?
That's a lot of specifications, a lot of paperwork, a lot of checking. It's very, very detailed.
And have you been involved with that for years also?
It has. We have been involved in years working for different distributors, and we're working to where we can be an actual distributor for military contracts also.
Oh, that's super. So let's walk around. Show me a little bit what you have here on the showroom floor.
Okay. We actually have we have 3 of our 6 lines represented here today. This is a Wells Cargo carry-on, Wells Cargo cargo trailer. We have 3 versions of their trailers here. We have this one, we have a little multi-purpose trailer, and we have the big snowmobile trailer in the back, which with the weather we've had lately, it's been
I was going to say, absolutely.
And most of the trailers that we buy from Wells Cargo are built in Pennsylvania. This is also our newest line we've picked up is CarMate trailers, and these are all built in Pennsylvania.
Glad to hear that.
So yeah, these have been doing real well for us so far. We have some enclosed and some open trailers as we show here.
And I see you have the Made in USA sticker, very important to
Yes,
to the people of Pennsylvania. That's great.
The snowmobile trailer, well, this one has generated lots of interest, and plus the kids like to run up and down inside of it, so gives the parents a short little break.
Did you know that the Pennsylvania Farm Show's history goes all the way back to 1851? Originally organized as a state fair by the Pennsylvania Agricultural Society, it was discontinued in 1899. It wasn't until 1916 that Charles Patton, the Pennsylvania Secretary of Agriculture, worked with others to develop a new agricultural fair which debuted in January 1917. It was in 1925 that the roots were laid for the farm show that we know today. The show had grown so large that 40,000 attendees were traveling to various sites all around Harrisburg. During this year, the Pennsylvania State Department of Agriculture took control of the event, and the legislature had decided to appropriate money that gave birth to the farm show complex. Finally, in 1931, the main exhibition building opened and welcomed 150,000 visitors to the show that year. Over the years, the farm show has continued to grow. Various events showcasing animals, products, and skills were added to the event. The farm show complex has also continued to grow, with more buildings and arenas being added over the years. The count stands at 24 acres inside 11 buildings and 3 arenas. Today, the show hosts approximately 6,000 animals, 10,000 competitive exhibits, and 300 commercial exhibits, along with over 500,000 visitors. Since the doors to the main exhibition building opened, the farm show has become the world's biggest indoor agricultural event. Now you know.
Hi, we're here with James Gerlach, who's part of Penmar Products today at the Pennsylvania Farm Show. Thanks for taking the time to join us today.
Glad to that you could come out and see our booth.
Sure. And you are a small business in Penryn, which is in the 37th district.
Right.
And how long have you been there?
Oh my, I think I've been in Lancaster County now for almost 20 years, and in Penryn for 10.
For 10 years. And have you always sold the same product line, or has it changed over the years?
About in 2006, I took on the Penmar Products business. I have a general contracting business that I have had for almost 30 years.
Oh, okay.
And this seemed like a niche market that we could get into that didn't compete with my business. It was a unique product. I heard about it through my brother back in 2006, and so we took over a territory for Pennsylvania.
That's perfect. So your brother's involved in the business?
No.
Okay.
He lives in New Jersey, and he had a territory in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Super. So you have a contracting business on the side that you've been doing?
I'll say that's my main business. This is on the side at the present. We hope to grow the business and to where this would be my full-time business at some point.
Super. And have you participated at the farm show before?
Yeah, this is my third year here. It's been a good way to advertise our product to the public. It's a new product, so a lot of people, when they come past, they're like, I've never seen this before. And so we're just trying to get it in front of people so that they can see what it does and where they might be able to use it.
Super. So you're trying to reach people not only in Lancaster County, but throughout the whole area.
That's correct, because my territory now has grown to where I service Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, and Maryland.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, let's talk a little bit about the muck trucks.
Okay. Muck truck started with the unit that's back here on the stand as a gasoline-powered walk-behind wheelbarrow. And in 1994, I believe they say that was invented by a British man. And he came to the States in 2006. And since then, it has evolved into a 3-product line where we have the original muck truck, and we have our heavy-duty machine, which is the Max truck, and we now have the E-truck, which is our green version, which is an electric-driven truck.
An electric-driven truck.
It has batteries up front, so it's a self-contained unit. You just plug it in to charge it at night, and you can use it during the day.
So it's not necessarily the big farmers who necessarily need your product. It's everyday consumers like myself.
Yeah, that's true. There's a wide spectrum of people who can use a wheelbarrow. Anybody from the farm and ranch and horse community to contractors and even homeowners, people who want to just haul wood or debris. The construction people have used it for demolition and for landscape in particular.
Oh, sure, sure. Well, do you want to show us how it works a
I'll
little
be glad
bit?
to, yeah.
Great.
It's a walk-behind wheelbarrow, and so you would load it like you would any other wheelbarrow, and then we have, it has forward and reverse, it has a high and low gear, and so it's one-handed operation where we can get movement just by squeezing the triggers on the handles, and when you want to steer the muck truck, you just pick up on the handlebars and reposition it, and then keep moving. So, and then in order to dump the muck truck, you pull the right-hand lever and just lift up on the handlebars and give it a quick jerk, and the load will just tip out. So it would tip out and dump onto the ground.
Oh, perfect. Boy, I tell you, I could use that as I'm doing my yard work.
We'll bring this back into the booth. Just the other options that we would have is that we make two units that are powered by gas, have a Honda engine in them, and then we have two different sizes, our 6 cubic foot buckets and our 8 cubic foot buckets for different applications. We here in America, we like things bigger and better, and so the customer requested that we make a bigger machine, and that's the reason we made the Max truck.
Okay, great. So if people want to get hold of you as they're watching, how do they do that?
They can contact us on the web by using www.penmarproducts.com, or they can call 717-917-3336 for a local number. Yeah.
Okay, and the week has been fairly well to you?
This week has been good. Traffic was down the beginning of the week because of the cold temperatures. We've been informed to expect little larger crowds the last couple days because the people didn't show up.
Great, and hopefully you'll be back next year.
That would be the plan at this point, yeah.
Good. Well, I thank you very much for taking the time and showing us your products, and I wish you the best of the luck.
Thank you, Representative Fee, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much for joining us today at the Pennsylvania Farm Show, the 98th year. We had a great time. We got to meet some great people from the district. If you need any help in the meantime, please don't hesitate to contact my office. I'm in the Manheim Borough office or the Denver office. The information will be on the screen. You can always email me, and I am on Facebook, so don't forget to take a minute and like me there. Thanks, and have a great day.